Standing in his apartment, Shu is ready to return to the alternate world. After a short time, both are standing across from each other in the safe zone. Here, a few other players approach and offer Su Jinyan a spot on their team, suggesting that since her teammate Shu is a low-level player, she should join them instead. Suddenly, Brother Yao appears on the scene, grabs one of the men by the collar, and yells at them for looking down on our protagonist. Behind him, Xiao Yao quietly suggests not to do anything that might cause trouble for Shu in the future. After thinking it over, Liu Yao agrees with Xiao Yao and releases the players. Su Jinyan is still feeling nervous and ashamed about what happened earlier, while Brother Yao introduces the guild members standing behind him. They are Xiao Yao, who can provide support to our hero, and Shen Yi, who is a healer. However, our boy politely rejects the offer and chooses to only take Jinyan with him. Now, they're discussing Chen Tianqi. Because of his power, nobody dares oppose him, but Shu remains suspicious and thinks something else might be hidden beneath the surface. Meanwhile, Su Jinyan is worried about our boy, since he was the one who killed Chen Jun once. Still, Xu Lo believes he is capable of handling whatever comes his way. At the same time, Liu Yao and his guild members, watching the interaction, feel a twinge of jealousy. Suddenly, our protagonist turns back toward them and accepts their offer. At this, all three of them become extremely excited. Now the five of them form a team to clear the world together. After successfully assembling their team, everyone is hyped up to work together and complete the mission. After some time, they walk out of a portal and enter the Death God Descends world, a boss territory. Looking around, Brother Yao doesn't notice anything special at first, but then they see thousands of bats flying overhead and a gigantic boss monster emerging from among them. Upon seeing the enormous monster, Liu Yao realizes it won't be easy for them to face the Death God Caesar. Here, Shu activates the detect technique to check Caesar's stats. Even though this boss is more powerful than the last, our boy is confident he can defeat him with the help of his two pets and the undead equipment. As the boss lets out a scream, a dark skeleton king and skeleton warriors begin emerging from the ground. At that, Shulo summons his pets and orders them to kill all the monsters. He also manages to take out a large number of enemies in a single attack using the flaming missile. Shen Yi, still unaware of our protagonist's true power, can't believe he just wiped out a group with one strike, while the others are struggling to bring down even a single skeleton warrior. Now our hero lays out the plan. He will take on the boss, while the others focus on clearing out the smaller monsters. He also advises Liu Yao to stay behind, since he has no revives left. Jinyan and Shen Yi hype Shu up, but Xiao Yao keeps looking around for Guildmaster Yao, who has already hidden himself far away, shouting that he'll stay hidden to protect himself. The Dark Lord pet is perfect for helping Zhu battle the boss, while the Skeleton Warrior pet can handle the other enemies. Rushing toward Death Caesar, the Lord Skeleton lands a direct hit to the boss's face, shocking Shen Yi, who can't believe even a level 30 boss is nothing for Zhu's pet. Alongside, our protagonist is attacking the boss as well. Their efforts keep surprising Shen Yi, while Xiao Yao suggests focusing on healing. The fight continues for several minutes until Shu finally manages to kill the monster. Afterward, the system congratulates all of them for defeating the boss as a team. Everyone is excited, since they're the first to clear the third world. Here, Shulo suggests to Su Jinyan and Yao that they should stay in the third world for a few more days to level up, which will help them when they have to fight the monsters in the fourth world. Both agree to stay longer. After some time, our protagonist is back in his apartment to rest before entering the fourth world. He doesn't turn on the lights and head straight to his bed, only to suddenly realize there's someone else lying there. In complete shock, he stands up and demands to know who the girl is, sleeping on his bed at that moment. The purple-haired girl lying on the bed isn't waking up, so Shu calls the realtor from whom he rented the apartment, asking whether it's supposed to be shared. The woman on the other end insists they informed him earlier, though she's clearly lying since our protagonist never received such information. Instead of admitting any mistake, she starts yelling that they did their best to find a good apartment for him, and now he's just finding faults, when he's the one who never mentioned anything about sharing. It seems like our boy is the one who missed it, so he pleads with her to find a new place. She agrees to do it, but warns it will take some time. Standing by the door of the room where the girl is still sleeping, Shulo checks the invitation letter for the tournament he received earlier. It's for the 100th Pro League game, which will be held in half a month. He's determined to participate this time since, because of his death in his previous life, he never achieved a high record. Now, his main priority is reaching level 30 if he wants to compete in the Pro League. Standing before the portal, our hero is just about to enter the alternate world when he receives a text message from Yao, who's asking for a favor. In the third world, Shadowland, Brother Yao stands with three girls who question whether he can really do it, since he doesn't seem capable. Brother Yao confidently claims that even if he can't do it, his big brother Shu will definitely help. At that moment, our protagonist enters the alternate world. The girls look down on him because he's a beast tamer. Liu Yao begs our boy to join his team and help them, so Shu laughs it off, joking that it looks like Yao is doing all this just for the girls. Afterward, he explains the quest. They need to defeat the level 27 skeleton boss. Even though he's already sent in 10 men, all have been defeated miserably, so Shu Luo is their last hope. Entering the boss skeleton zone, our hero suggests that they wait for him there, but the girls keep underestimating him, believing he's merely boasting. Just 3 minutes later, our protagonist walks out from the exit, so one of the girls assumes he failed to kill the monster. Shu tells Yao that the monster's been taken care of and says he has other tasks to complete. Brother Yao hypes up our hero, while the girls frantically check their systems in disbelief, unable to accept that he finished the boss so quickly. After confirming the quest completion, two of them start talking to Yao, who reminds them about their bet. They promise to be his girlfriends for 7 days. However, the third girl tries to run away, seemingly curious about Shu Luo. As Yao notices, she pleads with him to let her go. After some time, she appears behind our boy and addresses him as Asura, the name our hero used in his previous life. Shu, shocked, tries to deny it, saying Asura died 100 years ago, but the girl insists he didn't die, since he is actually Asura. Realizing she's the one who sent the letter, he grabs her by the neck and demands to know her identity and how she knows about him. The girl claims she'll only answer once he fulfills her conditions. These demands only make our protagonist angrier. She begs him, promising she won't reveal his identity to anyone. Even though he considers killing her, he holds back, wanting to know who's really behind all this. He asks about her condition, and the girl responds that she wants to be his teammate in the Pro League. She explains that all he has to do is help her pass the city prelims, after which she'll tell him everything. She wonders if her goal for entering the Pro League is just money. Although money is a factor, the main reason, she says, is to prove herself. While walking away, our boy suggests she reach level 30 so they can enter the league together. On hearing this, the girl promises to text him once she reaches level 30, but our protagonist isn't interested in keeping in touch. When she starts following him, Shu makes it clear that she should only find him when it's time to sign up. He doesn't want any further contact before then. After this, our hero enters the fourth world, Dragon Valley. He finds himself in the safe zone, which is the Temple of Light. All the players from Linhai and Ganyan City are present here, due to the shared locations. The two main quests in this world are to kill at least 3 different Lord-class Dark Dragons, and to gain level 5 trust from one dragon. Only after completing these quests will he be able to face the boss. Once he reaches level 30, another pet slot will open, which means he could acquire a flying dragon as a pet. Now our protagonist is ready to tackle these quests first. Advancing into the Dark Mountains, our hero and his pets engage in battles against the dragons. To complete the quest, he must also earn the trust of one dragon. For fighting black dragons, his pets alone are strong enough. At the same time, he is researching dragons to better understand how to defeat them without trouble. Suddenly, our boy hears some strange noises, and when he looks up, he sees a swarm of flying dragons coming toward him. He realizes this kind of hidden quest has never happened to him before. After quickly upgrading, Shu Lo orders his pets to fight as well. However, the black dragons and light dragons begin fighting each other, and since the black dragons are weaker, Shu will only have to handle the light dragons. Just then, he catches sight of a level 35 Lord monster, which attacks him directly, but his pet acts as a shield and saves him. It turns out there are 3 of these level 35 dragons, making our protagonist think he might not survive long enough to finish the quest. Suddenly, one of the Lord dragons starts talking, challenging our hero by declaring it will kill him. Shu Lo is stunned to hear a dragon speak. The Lord Dragon then offers him a choice: leave the Light Clan and join the Dark Clan, claiming that this is the only way for our protagonist to save himself. If Shu rejects the offer, it means he'll definitely die and lose a level 2, which he can't afford at the moment. It seems like our protagonist is getting trapped by the Dark Dragon Clan, but with no other options, he has to join them. As he agrees to the offer, the Dark Dragon opens a portal and instructs him to step inside. On the other side, our boy finds himself standing in a dark hall. This hall isn't a safe zone, but rather the login, logout, and respawn point. Standing before him is a Dark Dragon Knight, leader Goya, who welcomes Shu Luo to the Dark Hall. Instantly, a notification pops up asking if he wants to join the Dark Clan. Meanwhile, our hero has already lost a level because his time for the hidden quest expired. Leader Goya now commands him to go and kill light giant dragons in order to prove his loyalty. Since Shu has no other choice, he must go after the Light Clan. At this moment, he receives a text from the girl he met earlier, who is again asking for help. Our hero rejects her request, but she insists, claiming she'll reveal something about Asura if he helps her complete the quest. So our protagonist heads back to the third world, where the girl is waiting alone in the City of Death. The girl explains that, right before the quest, her friends abandoned her, and, with only half a day left, she had no choice but to ask him for help. Shu Lo, uninterested in her story, is focused only on completing the quest. At this moment, Jinyan appears, and on seeing our boy, she wonders why he's there. Then, she notices the girl he is speaking with. In complete panic, the girl quickly introduces herself as Shu's cousin, Ning Tiantian, since they have to keep everything secret from others. Seeing Shu's cousin, Su Jinyan becomes super excited and offers to join them on the quest. After some time, our protagonist and Jinyan are fighting zombies together, while Tian admires their skills and strength. She can't help but compare herself to Jinyan, who is clearly very strong, while she feels like a mere freeloader. As they're talking, Tian thinks she is going to report to Brother Dai that his girlfriend is cheating with someone else. Meanwhile, Ning Tian is thanking our hero and Su Jinyan for their help. Once Su Jinyan leaves, our boy questions her about the secret of Asura. She reveals that Asura is currently living in Linhai City at the Shiyue Elegance community. Seeing how thoroughly informed she is about him, Shu Lo, in complete disbelief, orders his pet to attack her. Tiantian is being strangled by Shu's pet, struggling to speak while insisting she'll only explain everything after the competition is over. Our protagonist realizes she's clever to come up with such a plan, so he orders the skeleton monster to let her go, causing Tian to fall to the ground. After this, he warns her to contact him only after reaching level 30, making it clear that killing her won't be difficult for him if she doesn't listen. Ning Tian, still coughing from the incident, promises the secret will stay just between them and insists no one else will ever find out. Yet Shu Luo, still suspicious of her intentions, starts thinking about leaving his apartment. Meanwhile, in the fourth world, God of War, Unrivaled is looking at the text messages sent by Tian's friends. It's obvious he's the mysterious boyfriend who is now furious at her for cheating. A man standing beside him tries to agitate him further, saying no one is worthy enough to steal the vice leader's girlfriend. So far, they only know the man Tien was seen with is a beast tamer with a pet skeleton king, but his identity remains hidden. Since they are on a mission, the vice leader decides their first priority should be completing the quest, and he orders his guild members to finish off all the dark dragons. At that moment, a shadowy figure emerges from the smoke. As they attempt to recognize him, they see it's our boy, standing with his back toward them. The vice leader challenges him, declaring that he rules this place and that Shu should serve under him. When our boy turns around, the group is stunned to see a new face, finding it hard to believe someone could complete the third world so quickly. Fixing his gaze on our protagonist, Tien's boyfriend warns not to go against the God of War guild. Our hero, not knowing much about this guild, thinks it's best not to get involved with them just yet since he has other quests to complete. As he begins to walk away, the vice leader becomes so furious that he is about to attack, but other members hold him back, trying to calm him down. Now, they gossip about Shu Luo, doubting that a beast tamer could have cleared the world so quickly, and assuming he must be a top player from Linhai City, since Linhai and their own city, Ganyan, are connected in the fourth world. Looking at the new mission, the vice leader declares he will definitely kill Shu next time. The mission is a hidden opportunity, with a solo fight against the corpse dragon lined up. He instructs his members to help him take down the boss. After some time, they reach the place where the dragons are and rush toward them, the vice leader confident that he can kill the dragons. Suddenly, someone standing in front of the dark dragon attacks him, leaving him in disbelief. Shu Luo emerges from the smoke, declaring that the boss dragon belongs to him. It quickly becomes clear that it won't be easy, as both want the boss dragon. The vice leader orders one of his members to finish our boy, but Shu wipes him out with a single attack. The vice leader can hardly believe a level 24 player was defeated so decisively. But then his focus shifts to the boss dragon standing next to our protagonist. He finds it odd that the dragon isn't attacking Shu. The truth is, our hero's quest is to protect the corpse dragon from them. Moving forward, Shu summons his skeleton king pet, and the vice leader finally realizes this is the very person with whom Tien cheated on him. Meanwhile, our hero is fully determined to complete this quest, especially after failing the last one. The vice leader grows even more furious, feeling that a mere beast tamer is stealing both his girlfriend and the dragon from him. He immediately orders his men to kill our protagonist as well. The guild members, already finding it hard enough to handle the dragon, now face the added challenge of fighting a mysterious player. Meanwhile, our boy methodically takes down the war guild members one after another. Assessing the situation, the war guild's vice leader tells his men to retreat for now and wait until their main forces arrive for a second attempt. Since the quest requires holding out for 24 hours, Shu is certain they'll return, so he decides to stay and prepare. Now he reflects on the vice leader's earlier accusation, confused about how he could be stealing his woman. Afterwards, our hero messages Brother Yao to gather information on the War Guild. It turns out they are the second-ranked guild in Zhejiang Ningbo province, so our boy tells him he just had a fight with them. After researching the guild, Shu decides he needs backup since the opposing guild is exceptionally strong. He instructs the dragon to remain on guard and leaves to get help. Back in the third world, Su Jinyan also learns that Shu Luo is fighting solo against the War Guild, which makes her worry. She urges her teammates to clear the third world quickly so they can enter the fourth world to support him. Now in the Dark Hall, our protagonist stands before leader Goya and requests help, which Goya grants without hesitation. Shu hadn't expected such support, especially since even the Light Clan never offers help in times of need. Explaining his quest to protect the corpse dragon, he shares his concern about a massive impending attack from the opposition. Goya reassures our boy by placing a hand on his shoulder and promises that they'll help him complete the quest. Suddenly, Shu receives an urgent message that the corpse dragon is under attack and that he must return immediately. He heads back first, while Goya states that darkness will always be there to support him. Back in the corpse dragon zone, the main forces have arrived and are attacking the dragon. As several players rush at it with swords, our protagonist appears and counterattacks. Seeing Shu Luo, the vice leader commands the armed forces to take him out. Summoning his pets, our hero warns them to retreat or face certain death. At this point, Tian Qian, a lightning mage and the guild leader, approaches, declaring he'll handle our boy while instructing others to focus on killing the dragon. Tian Qian's first attack is effortlessly blocked by Shu's pet. Qian is shocked that a beast tamer could be so strong that his attacks are completely ineffective. The group continues to attack our protagonist, but their efforts seem to have no effect on him at all. They're left wondering just what kind of player Shu Luo really is to possess such strength. Chen, unwilling to accept defeat at the hands of a beast tamer, attacks our boy again. Meanwhile, Shu remains determined to complete the quest. At that moment, a large number of dark dragons appear. This is the help our hero had requested earlier. Seeing the arrival of these powerful allies, Qian is visibly frightened, and our protagonist, grinning, asks if they still want to continue the fight. After pausing to consider the situation, Chen orders the War Guild members to retreat, leaving the vice leader in a state of complete shock, since this is a hidden quest he cannot afford to lose. However, the guild leader is not willing to let his members be killed for the sake of a quest. Qian also begins to wonder why the corpse dragon and lord dragons aren't attacking the beast tamer, realizing it seems like Shu is there to protect them and that completing the quest is now impossible. The vice leader eventually agrees with him, but Chen also promises that he will definitely meet our boy again. As for the vice leader, he remains extremely angry at our protagonist due to the misunderstanding caused by Tien's friends. After 24 hours and the completion of the quest, all the dragons are lying on the ground, resting, while Shu is stretched out on top of one of them. The system congratulates him on successfully finishing the quest. Petting the corpse dragon, Shulo tells it that it can leave now. As all the dragons take flight, our boy reviews the rewards he received from the quest. His trust level with the Dark Clan has now reached level 3 as well. With these new rewards, our protagonist can easily upgrade his pets, and now his next goal is to reach level 30 to unlock the second pet slot. Additionally, he decides to save the rare rewards for future use. At this moment, Shu receives a message from someone begging for help, prompting him to think about checking it out. In the City of Destruction, it turns out the message was actually sent by Tian's boyfriend as a trap, though he doubts our boy will respond. In the middle of their conversation, our boy suddenly appears, leaving them completely shocked. The vice leader immediately calls for the main forces while advancing toward our protagonist, declaring that they'll definitely kill him today. However, Shu doesn't seem interested in any of their drama and instead asks why the vice leader keeps talking about stealing his woman, since he knows nothing about such a thing. Hearing this, the vice leader becomes even more furious, and at that moment, Tian Qian appears as well. Qian advises the vice leader to back off, explaining that he will handle our hero himself. Qian then offers our protagonist a place in his guild, which offends Tian's boyfriend. As Tian Qian extends his hand to seal the deal, Shu claims that they're underestimating him. In visible shock, Chen questions whether our hero is really challenging them as enemies. Suddenly, someone yells from behind, warning them not to mess with Shu Luo. As they look around, Liu Yao and the Supreme Guild members approach from one side, while Su Jinyan and her guild members come from the other. Both groups are there to take on anyone who dares mess with Shu Luo. The appearance of the Supreme Guild and Misty Pavilion Guild leaves the vice leader quite shocked, while Chen boldly warns them not to go against his guild, boasting about their second-place ranking in the province. Brother Yao, however, retorts that he's far better looking and wealthier than Qian. Su Jinyan steps forward and challenges them, warning that if anyone lays a hand on our boy, she'll show them what the Misty Pavilion Guild is capable of. The War Guild vice leader thinks they can still take them, since both opposing guilds rank lower. Unlike him, Chen argues they shouldn't go through with it. But the vice leader persists, still insisting on a battle. Tianqian steps in, pointing out that the Pro League is coming up soon, so it's not worth wasting their strength on such trivial matters. Hearing this, even the vice leader concedes and apologizes for not thinking it through. He also begins to wonder about the background of our protagonist, seeing that 2 guilds are trying to protect him. Chen, meanwhile, remains determined to recruit Shu Lo for his own guild. Once the War Guild members depart, Liu Yao checks if our hero is all right. As Shu assures them he's fine, Su Jinyan remains furious at the War Guild. Afterward, our protagonist asks why they're all here. In response, both Su Jinyan and Yao simultaneously invite him to join their guild. Realizing they both said the same thing, Su Jinyan and Yao stare at each other, quickly breaking into an argument over which guild Shu should join. Each tries to make a better offer. Su Jinyan says he can name any salary, while Yao promises he'll introduce him to different girls every day. Hearing this, Jinyan yells at Yao for being so shameless, but he insists it's just male desire and claims that joining the Misty Pavilion Guild would never fulfill it. In her frustration, Su Jinyan yells that she can fulfill all his desires, but the moment she realizes what she just said, she quickly tries to explain herself, leaving Shu and Yao appearing to judge her. Ultimately, Shu Luo rejects both guilds, explaining that his primary focus is on leveling up. With that, our protagonist walks away, leaving the 2 guild leaders behind. Watching him go, both wonder if he's really heading to join their quest, since the Hall of Light is in the opposite direction. They don't realize he's actually joined the Dark Dragons. Meanwhile, in the real world, Ning Tiantian's boyfriend is researching the Dark Clan. Upon realizing Shu has joined it, he notes that there's a hidden quest associated with the Dark Clan, one considered so difficult that no one ever attempted it, always believing it to be fake. Now, he sees it as the only way to defeat Shu Luo. Back in the 4th world, Su Jinyan, Yao, and several other players are trying to subdue the Divine Dragon, which is agitated because someone has stolen its egg. As they look behind, they see our hero also standing there, indicating he's present for the quest as well. They offer to form a team to take on the Dark Dragons together, but Shu explains that his mission involves fighting the Light Dragons instead, leaving them puzzled. At that moment, they spot a level 35 Light Dragon in the sky, visibly angry about something, likely the stolen eggs. Since Su Jinyan and Yao aren't involved, they don't worry. But then the Light Dragon begins attacking our protagonist, indicating he's the one who took the eggs. Unaware, Su Jinyan and Yao try to reason with the Divine Dragon, not realizing the full story. Even though Shu is using a shield, he still takes damage from the Divine Dragon and loses 2,720 HP. With the dragon's continuous attacks, his shield eventually shatters, forcing our hero to leap away from the immediate danger. Everyone watching tries to figure out why the dragon is targeting our protagonist, but since these dragons can smell their eggs, it becomes clear he's the one suspected of stealing them. Liu Yao gets extremely hyped when he realizes this connection. Shu Luo argues he isn't the one who stole the eggs, making it seem even more suspicious that the dragon is attacking him. Perhaps it has sensed that our boy is actually part of the Dark Clan. Without hesitation, Shu summons his pets to shield him, but the relentless attacks keep chipping away at their HP, making it evident that if the fight drags on, our protagonist could die today. It turns out this whole scenario was a trap orchestrated by the vice president of the War Guild. Su Jinyan and Yao both order their guild members to assist our boy, convinced that Shu would never do such a thing. Su Jinyan also tries to reason with the Light Dragon, but the dragon demands proof of Shu's innocence. Without proof, it threatens to kill everyone present. At that critical moment, Tian arrives, claiming she can prove our protagonist's innocence. Seeing her defend Shu, her boyfriend becomes extremely angry. Tian then presents an image crystal, revealing footage of the true thief behind the egg theft. The footage exposes the vice president, Wu of the War Guild, as the real culprit. After showing this, she points him out, standing on a cliff with other guild members. Realizing he's been exposed, Wu starts yelling at her. The light dragon then approaches Wu and his group, demanding to know the whereabouts of the eggs. All of them are visibly terrified, knowing they have already sold the eggs. The dragon, furious, kills them and then flies away. Su Jinyan expresses her gratitude to Tian for helping them, saying they would have been doomed without her intervention. Tian is delighted to finally be useful. Now, our hero is determined to hunt down every War Guild member responsible for starting all of this. Meanwhile, in the God of War Guild quarters in Ganyang City, some members report that Vice President Wu Di and his group are being chased by the Divine Dragon, while Shu is killing War Guild members one by one. They relay this information to their leader, Tian Qian. In response, he orders his men not to let anyone enter the Fourth World and to expel everyone involved in the egg theft. However, a man standing nearby suggests he reconsider, since the Pro League is about to begin. Tian Qian, unfazed, further orders the recruitment of new guild members, announcing that he will take care of that beast tamer himself. In the real world, the realtor calls our hero to ask if he wants to check out a new apartment near Shiyue Yachting, so Shu agrees to view it later today. Meanwhile, a delivery man stands in front of an apartment door. When he knocks, Ningtian opens it and, seeing who it is, immediately realizes the delivery man is none other than Wu Di. As she tries to close the door, Wu holds it open with one hand and enters her apartment, claiming that nothing can stop him from finding her. Moving backward in complete fear, she wonders what he wants from her. Wu states that she got him kicked out of the guild and, after ruining his entire career, she is now joining the league with that beast tamer. Ningtian tries to clarify that she isn't involved with him and was just trying to save an innocent person, but Wu clearly isn't buying her explanation. Without listening to anything she says, Wu Di leaps at her, knocking her onto the bed and pinning her down. With tears in her eyes, Ningtian yells for help again and again. At that critical moment, a hand grabs Wu Di by the collar and throws him onto the ground. The person is none other than Xu Luo. Seeing our protagonist, Tian runs to him and hugs him tightly. Witnessing this, Wu Di becomes even more furious, but Tian, still crying, insists she has nothing to do with him. Ignoring her, Wu lunges at her, threatening to kill her, but Xu first strikes him in the back and then lands a punch right on his face. Stunned by the sudden attack, Wu Di crashes to the floor, blood streaming from his nose and mouth. As she tries again to explain her relationship with Xu, our boy interrupts, uninterested in such talk, and asks if she is the one living next door to him. She explains that she only saw him there once, and then met him in the alternate world. Hearing this, Xu wonders why she keeps calling him Asura. Tian answers that she once saw the name on a letter delivered to him. She then shows him that letter, which is about the Pro League. It seems like our protagonist is beginning to trust her, but he's determined to find out who sent that letter. After walking out of her apartment, he hands the letter back to her, saying she should keep it for herself. Ning Tiantian begs him to let her stay with him since Wu Di now knows her address. Even though our hero initially tries to refuse, Tian pleads, explaining she has nowhere else to go and her financial situation is dire. Remembering her help, Xu transfers her 100,000 yuan, a bonus from the city tournament, clarifying that she doesn't need to pay it back. As he walks down the stairs, Tian talks to herself, lamenting that no one likes a freeloader and a loser like her. Meanwhile, our boy stands before leader Goya, and it's clear he has now earned complete trust from the Dark Clan. Goya promises him a special task that will grant rare rewards. Moreover, Shulo has reached level 30 and is considering changing his job before taking on new quests. To complete this job advancement, our hero must finish a quest. As he steps out of the portal to the designated quest location, the system notifies him that leaving the map will result in a 3-level drop. Then, a map appears before Shu, showing all the directions with a red dot in the center pointing to his destination. Analyzing the map, our protagonist prepares himself to face this mission. As he begins walking, Shu notices a large number of skeletons and bones half buried in the sand. He senses something suspicious in the air, and as soon as our boy glances behind him, he sees a group of skeleton demons emerging from the sand, advancing in his direction. To fight them, our protagonist orders his dark skeleton king pet to attack. However, the moment the skeleton king charges, all the skeleton demons leap on it at once, preventing it from striking back, which leaves our hero completely shocked. With no other option, Shulo attacks the demons himself using his staff. At this point, he realizes that pets are not allowed in this job advancement quest. Now his main priority is to reach the center of the map and figure out the real situation. Leaving the skeleton demons behind, our protagonist sprints toward his destination. As he nears the center, our boy senses an unusual peace and calmness in the air, though he can't pinpoint the reason. After running for some time, Shu finally arrives at the target location and sees a gigantic crystal floating in the air. This is the shackles of the mirror image, the focus of his quest. While keeping an eye on his surroundings in case anything appears, our boy touches the crystal with his staff, activating it and instantly being pulled inside. Shu finds himself lying on the floor, and as he stands up, he realizes he's now in a new place. Soon, a mysterious phenomenon unfolds before our hero, and a doppelganger of Shu appears in the scene. Upon seeing his double, our hero immediately charges at him, but the doppelganger dodges using a staff identical to our boy's own. Now both are locked in combat, but nothing seems to be effective, as they match each other not only in appearance, but also in strength. Suddenly, a realization strikes our protagonist. His doppelganger is merely copying his moves and lacks true human instincts. Everything becomes much more intriguing to Shu, because now that he's found his enemy's weakness, he's more than ready to fight back. Continuing the fight, both opponents relentlessly attack each other, but this time, Shu increases his speed, launching rapid strikes so swiftly that his doppelganger has no time to copy them. After a fierce struggle, our hero finally manages to overpower his doppelganger. As he delivers the finishing blow, our protagonist declares that a fake can never truly replicate the real one. Instantly, his enemy vanishes, and as Shu begins to walk away, a yellow light bursts from his chest, signifying that the quest has been completed. This means his job skill level has reached S rank. Now, as Shu emerges from the quest arena, he's already thinking about finding a new, stronger pet since his second pet slot is now open. Alongside this, our boy continues leveling up his skills, preparing for the next challenge. Next, he must fight the light dragons to earn enough trust from Goya and qualify for the special mission. Meanwhile, in the woods, Wu Di has managed to track down Tian once again and is now hurling curses at her. In his quest for revenge, Dai either kills or scares away any player who tries to team up with her. He even kicks her, knocking her to the ground, all the while ranting about her relationship with our protagonist. When he starts speaking harshly about our boy, she attempts to defend him, prompting Wu Di to challenge her to call Shu over. In the midst of this confrontation, one of Dai's men nervously points out something in the distance. Shu Luo is approaching. Wu Di remains confident that he will finally reclaim his pride, while Tian is simply happy to see our hero arrive. Wu Di orders all his men to attack together, hoping to give Shu no chance to counterattack. A grin spreads across our boy's face, eager to test his newly acquired skills. Before the fight can begin, however, Tian and several other members appear, halting the attack against the beast tamer. Wu Di is visibly annoyed, insisting Tian should focus on his own guild members instead of Shu Luo. Without even glancing at him, Tian calmly responds that he makes his own choices. He then approaches our boy, apologizes on Wu Di's behalf, and even offers our boy a position as vice leader in the war guild. Our protagonist declines, stating that he wants to avoid any drama. Turning toward Ning Tian, our hero hands her a liquid potion. At that very moment, Shu receives a text message from Liu Yao, who claims that he and Su Jinyan are in extreme danger. The scene shifts to Su Jinyan, Liu Yao, and their guild members, who are battling two giant mutated dragons. They follow a carefully crafted plan, attacking the dragons according to their strategy, but it quickly becomes clear that their attacks aren't having any effect. At this crucial moment, Shu appears in the scene. Seeing him, everyone's spirits are lifted, and Su Jinyan quickly warns our boy about the dragon's resistance to magic. Since these mutated dragons are part of the Light Clan, defeating them is actually beneficial for our protagonist, offering both a chance to contribute and an opportunity to test his new skills. Shu's first move is Frozen Wasteland, and the sheer damage convinces Jinyan and Yao that he has successfully passed the second job advancement and reached S rank. Our hero continues his relentless assault, steadily weakening the dragons. Seeing their chance, Yao orders the guild members to add their attacks. With everyone working together, they finally manage to bring the dragons down. Despite the impressive damage Shu delivers, he still isn't satisfied, determined to secure an even stronger pet soon. In his excitement, Yao again invites our boy to join his guild so he can participate in the Pro League. However, Su Jinyan stands silently nearby, which strikes brother Yao as odd since the two usually argue over this topic. It seems Jinyan feels her guild isn't worthy enough for such a high-level member. Just then, a Supreme Guild member rushes over with urgent news. The God of War Guild is currently fighting against some powerful, mysterious professionals, so strong that they have even killed the guild leader. This raises suspicions toward our protagonist, but Shu quickly denies any involvement. Both Jinyan and Yao breathe a sigh of relief, but our hero is left wondering which group could possibly be strong enough to take down such a formidable guild so quickly. Another notification appears, congratulating Shu on reaching level 5 trust with Goya, the maximum possible. Delighted, our hero returns to the Dark Hall, where Goya welcomes him, declaring Shu is the first player in thousands of years to meet all their requirements. Now the Dark Clan needs his help with a special mission. Goya explains that the Dark Clan has long sought to take over Dragon Valley and wipe out the Light Clan, but has been thwarted by the Divine Dragons and the Royal Guard. Shu's mission is to eliminate the entire Royal Guard. Because they reside in a forbidden place that the Dark Dragons cannot enter, only a human like our boy can reach them, making him their last hope. The mission notification appears before our protagonist, Glory of the Dark Clan. If Shu fails to complete the mission, it will disappear forever, and his trust level with Goya will drop to 0. Accepting the risk, our boy takes on the mission. Goya places a hand on his shoulder and wishes him good luck, assuring him the Dark Clan will help keep the Light Clan out of the Forbidden Zone. Sometime later, Shu walks out of the portal and enters the Forbidden Zone. He is not allowed to leave this area, or else the mission will be considered a failure. He is only allowed to use the portal as a login and logout point, and cannot leave the Forbidden Zone until the mission is complete. As soon as our boy enters the zone, a group of level 35 dragons charges at him, prompting him to start fighting immediately. One of the dragons launches an attack so powerful it would have killed Shu Luo, but thanks to his equipment and pet, he survives. This assault makes our protagonist wonder whether someone is actually controlling these dragons. At that moment, a knight riding a dragon appears before them, and suddenly everything clicks for Shu. Now he understands the source of the dragon's powerful attacks. Our hero orders his pet to act as a shield against the fire the dragons are spewing while he maneuvers to attack them from behind. If this plan works, Shu believes he can definitely defeat the Light Clan. The Skeleton King distracts the dragons, allowing our boy to strike with his fire magic. At one point, the guard dragons attempt to escape, which Shu cannot allow. He and his pet coordinate attacks, finally succeeding in taking down several of them. Assessing the situation, our protagonist realizes it's more effective to kill the knights first, since they're the ones controlling the dragons. However, with so many knights present and his mana rapidly depleting, he decides to return to the real world to get more potions. Although mana is fairly cheap in the alternate world, its price is double in the real world. Purchasing large quantities is bound to raise suspicion. Then Shu remembers that Brother Yao's father owns the largest pharmacy in all of Linhai City. So our protagonist sends Yao a message, asking about mana and stating his intention to buy 2,000 bottles. Although Yao questions him about this enormous order, Shu Luo gives no real explanation. Without pushing further, Liu Yao assures him that he'll receive a call soon to arrange the mana delivery. Since it will take some time, our hero decides to rest before returning to the Forbidden Zone. He lies down on his bed to get some sleep. Meanwhile, in the Supreme Guild building, Brother Yao is discussing with his assistant why he can't just give free mana to Shu Luo. The assistant claims they should put some pressure on him to make him join their guild. Yao suggests they could even reduce his salary so he truly understands the value of being in the guild. Just then, someone bursts into the room, announcing that their guild members and those of the Misty Pavilion Guild were attacked by anonymous professionals in the Fourth World, resulting in many deaths. Hearing this news, Liu Yao becomes extremely furious and immediately calls for an online meeting. After some time, Brother Yao also arrives at the location where the other members are fighting against the professionals. Meanwhile, Su Jinyan urges everyone to retreat as much as possible, pointing out that once they reach the safe zone, nobody will dare to attack them there. At this moment, Yao steps onto the scene, declaring his support for Su Jinyan and her guild members. Just then, the enemy leader orders his group to stop fighting, claiming that both guilds are too weak to pose any real threat. This enemy group turns out to be the Wuji Guild, which is ranked number 1 in the entire province. However, the Wuji Guild is based in Tianling City, while the Fourth World is connected to Linhai and Ganyang City, so everyone wonders how Wuji managed to arrive here. It appears this was part of their plan to eliminate members of other guilds before the upcoming tournament. Looking at Jinyan, Wu Haoding, the vice leader of Wuji, boldly offers her the chance to be his girlfriend, but another man warns him not to go against the orders of their leader. Here, Yao challenges them in our hero's name, claiming there is a beast tamer strong enough to wipe out the entire Wuji Guild alone. Haoding accepts the challenge, eager to meet this beast tamer, but since Shu is stuck in the Forbidden Zone, he can't respond. Consequently, Haoding orders his men to kill all the others except Jinyan. At this moment, a notification appears, congratulating the user Zero on completing a unique mission. This revelation shocks everyone, as the supposedly mythical hidden quest is revealed to be real. Su Jinyan and Yao are both thrilled, knowing Shu will show up at any moment. The Wuji Guild members now advance toward Yao and the others with deadly intent. Meanwhile, in the Forbidden Zone, Shu and his skeleton pet sit together, both covered in visible injuries. After receiving Yao's text about the Wuji Guild, our protagonist prepares to help, but first returns to see Goya. Inside the Dark Hall, Shu receives several high-level skills and equipment. Goya asks him to wait a moment, explaining that the Dark Clan wishes to bestow another reward, an egg that was formed thousands of years ago, containing the lifeblood of the Dark Clan's matriarch. From this day forward, this dragon will obey only Shu's commands. The scene returns to Su Jinyan and Yao, who are still locked in battle with the Wuji Guild. Not only are the leaders formidable, but even the regular Wuji members prove extremely strong, making it very difficult for Su Jinyan and her team. When a blue-haired guild member suggests killing Su Jinyan first, Haoding refuses, but the blue-haired man ignores him, rushing at Su Jinyan and swearing to kill her in front of everyone. His sword is about to strike Jinyan when, suddenly, someone launches a brutal attack, knocking him to the ground. It's Shu Luo, placing his foot on the Wuji member's chest, and declaring that they never should have dared touch his people. Wu Haoding and the other Wuji members charge toward our hero, determined to avenge their fallen comrade now lying defeated on the ground. With Shu no longer hiding his ID, they all recognize him as the legendary player Zero. After killing the blue-haired attacker, our protagonist calmly walks forward, asking if anyone else is eager for death. Still unable to accept that a beast tamer could be so powerful, Wu orders his men to attack. To prove his strength, Shu Luo launches a relentless assault, leaving the Wuji Guild with no choice but to retreat. As they flee, Haoding is determined to uncover everything about the beast tamer's background. Once the Wuji Guild is gone, Su Jinyan and Liu Yao thank our boy for his timely intervention. At this point, Tian Qian also appears and invites our hero to join his guild. So now, instead of just 2, 3 guilds are competing for him. Here Shu proposes that each of them give him $1 million, promising he will pay it back. Su Jinyan ups the ante, offering $3 million since she knows he intends to start his own guild. Yao advises Shu to think twice, pointing out that running a guild is no easy feat. Still, our protagonist is determined, explaining that in his previous life, he He died before he could ever create a guild. After some more conversation, Shu takes his leave, explaining that he has other matters to attend to. Back in the Dark Hall, our boy focuses on evolving the baby dragon. Although the dragon is still in its juvenile phase, it has already reached elite rank, suggesting it will become even more formidable as it matures. Now, our protagonist is eager to test his new pet's skills. Meanwhile, the blue-haired player from the Wuji Guild is back, intent on getting his revenge. He starts chasing Su Jinyan, but Wu Haoding steps in to help her escape. The blue-haired player insists Haoding should step aside, explaining it's the guild leader's order to kill all members of the guilds based in Linhai City. Moreover, in his attempt to save Jinyan, the leader has already expelled Haoding, which, according to the blue-haired player, gives them every right to kill him as well. Despite their combined efforts, Su Jinyan and Wu Haoding are no match for their attackers. Just as things look grim, Shu enters the scene with his dragon. The blue-haired player offers our boy a place in their guild, promising him a chance to stay alive only if he accepts. In response, our protagonist kills him, declaring that he doesn't need anyone's chance because he stands on his own. Seeing their vice leader fall before their eyes, the remaining Wuji Guild members immediately retreat. Seizing the moment, Shulo invites Haoding to join his guild, noting that the Everlasting Guild has already expelled him. Both Jinyan and Haoding are completely shocked by the offer. Our hero goes further, offering a monthly salary of 50,000. Haoding accepts, then asks about the guild. Shulo explains the name is Destiny Hall, and right now there are only 2 members, himself and Shulo, but our protagonist assures him that more members will join soon. In a quieter moment, Wu whispers to our boy, asking if Su Jinyan is his girlfriend, but without answering, Shu simply walks away with Jinyan. After registering his guild, our boy finds that only players below level 30 are showing up to join, which makes sense since professional players wouldn't be interested just yet. At that moment, Shu hears a girl screaming for help. It's Ning Tiantian, running ahead while a group of men chases after her, demanding money. She falls to the ground, desperately trying to explain that these problems are all Wu Di's doing and she isn't involved. One of the men approaches her, saying she has to pay somehow, and if she doesn't have money, they'll take payment with her body. Like always, Shu comes onto the scene and kicks the man off Tiantian's body, stating that he can pay whatever amount of money they want. The man, however, rushes toward our boy to attack him, but Shulo uses his skills to send the thug flying far away. Seeing this, the other thugs, upon realizing he is the legendary player Zero, immediately run away. Shu then asks Tiantian if she's alright. As she tries to explain what happened, our boy, uninterested in any more drama, is about to leave. However, Tian, now frightened by the thugs, starts following him, so Shu agrees to take her along. After a while, they reach an area filled with sand and dunes, a place that appears completely new to Tian, but is familiar to our protagonist. Suddenly, they are attacked by the Stone Dragons clan. Our hero fights back, making sure to keep Tiantian safe as well. Observing that these dragons possess control-type abilities, Shu summons his own dragon, who is equipped with both controlling and healing powers. He then asks Tian about her profession, learning that she is a Holy Light Priest, an elite class. The effect of a Holy Light Priest is that all her skills can remove current control effects from any target. Having such a healer beside him could make our protagonist nearly unbeatable. Recognizing her value, Shulo invites Tian to join his guild, and she agrees without hesitation, though she feels she is nothing compared to others. Shu reassures her, insisting that her abilities are extremely valuable in his eyes, and that she is the strongest healer among them. After this, he sends a message along with their location to Haoding, telling him to come over. 10 minutes later, Haoding arrives, worried that Shu might be in trouble, but our boy simply introduces Ning Tiantian as the new guild member. After the introduction, Haoding immediately asks about her profession, and upon hearing it, becomes very excited. He whispers to our protagonist that other guilds offer 3 million a year for such elite professionals, meaning they are very fortunate to have found her. Shu suggests they save that discussion for later, and concentrate on their current objective. Their main priority is to clear the 4th world before the global tournament, which is set to begin in just 3 days. Hearing this, both Haoding and Tian are left completely shocked. Hearing this, Haoding becomes visibly anxious, realizing that there are only 3 of them, and, even worse, one of them hasn't even reached level 30 yet. Shu suggests that both of them complete their second job advancement before the tournament begins, but first, they need to increase their levels. To help with this, he takes both of them to complete various quests, using the support of his pets, while our boy mostly sits back and lets them gain experience. Seeing how powerful our protagonist is, and that he has a dragon pet, everyone watching can't help but feel envious. After analyzing the situation, Shu is confident they're ready to attempt the second job advancement. 2 days pass, leaving them with just 1 day left to clear the 4th world if they want to participate in the tournament. Since they've completed all the necessary quests, they're now eligible to challenge the job advancement. The next day, they arrive at the palace where the boss, a dark divine dragon, awaits. Because this dragon is from the Dark Clan, Shu Luo must now face his own allies to clear the alternate world. Wu Haoding steps forward, insisting that the others stay back while he takes on the dragon alone, but he can't even withstand a single attack. Shu sends his Skeleton King to protect Haoding, and then suggests both Haoding and Tiantian stay behind, while he handles the dragon with his pets. Being a level 35 divine dragon, its resistance is extremely high. Thinking on his feet, our protagonist orders the Skeleton King to control the dragon while he launches various attacks against it. At the same time, he instructs Tian Tian to keep healing his skeleton pet. After a tough battle, Shu and his team finally managed to defeat the dragon with everyone's help. Haoding is in disbelief at how Shu was able to kill a level 35 dragon. Having cleared the fourth world, our hero asks them to meet up in the real world to prepare for the tournament. All of them seem incredibly excited to gather as members of their Destiny Hall guild.